Hello Capricorn, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall energy for the reading and clarified those messages, which we'll jump into in just a second, as well as the overall theme for the reading. But I do have the tarot deck we'll be using already shuffled, as well as the decks that I'll be using in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Capricorn. In your recent past, you have knowledge with the Ace of Pentacles. So remember, this is just overall energy. We'll dive into what the situation is when we start pulling tarot. But what I see in your recent past is whatever it was that you were going through, or whatever this situation was that happened, there was a purpose behind it. And that purpose was to teach you a lot. Now, of course, if you've watched my channel in the past, you know that I do truly believe that everything that happens to help us elevate our life in some way, even if it doesn't feel like it. So, I do definitely feel like there's an aspect to that for sure. But I also feel as if whatever the situation was, there's some specific level or amount of knowledge that you were needing to gain in order to be able to have what it is that you desire or want. That might seem really vague. Remember, this is just overall energy. We'll kind of dive in more to what's really going on, but you have the Ace of Pentacles. It's almost like the knowledge that was gained in your recent past is providing you with the opportunity. This Ace of Pentacles I don't feel is yet in your life, but I feel as if because of this, you can have the Ace of Pentacles. Now, in your current energy, you have embrace uncertainty with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So right now, you are deep in the unknown. I feel, since this has happened, you're now in this level of uncertainty, not really knowing maybe if you're ever going to get there, or what's going to happen next. With the Six of Pentacles in reverse, you're not really in an energy of receiving right now, of reciprocity. I mean, you might feel as if you're giving a lot more than you're receiving, whether that's in your relationships or in your career or just in your life in general. Now, the other way that I kind of see this is that there is almost this need to, especially if you feel like you don't know which path to take, or where your path lies. Right now, because the overall theme for the reading is trust the universe, it feels as if the decision that is best for you at this time is going to be the one that requires embracing uncertainty and trusting the universe the most. And that is ultimately what would lead you to reciprocity and aligning yourself with your abundance, because then in your immediate future, now, again, if you've watched my channel, you already know this, but I do not predict outcomes. That is not my intention for my readings. My intention for my readings is to give you the information that you need to be able to create the best possible outcome for yourself, because we have more control over our life than we give ourselves credit for, but you do have new beginnings with the Two of Pentacles. And so the way that I'm seeing this is, the Two of Pentacles kind of reprioritizing or, creating balance in your life. I feel as if there's this, I don't know if it's a specific path or what it is, but there's a specific something that needs to be prioritized in your life. Again, if this sounds really vague, bear with me. We're going to dive into tarot. But I do feel as if there is a new beginning that is available for you. This new beginning, it aligns with this Ace of Pentacles. If you hadn't been through what you had in your past and weren't kind of going through what you're going through now, this new beginning would never be possible. Now, this new beginning is not guaranteed. It's only guaranteed if you choose to prioritize it. So that's the overall energy. Let's go ahead and jump in. All right. This is for Capricorn's recent past, clarifying knowledge with the Ace of Pentacles. Recent past for Capricorn. Knowledge with the Ace of Pentacles. What does Capricorn need to know regarding their recent past? Recent past for Capricorn, please. Okay. So, in your recent past, and I feel like you're still kind of dealing with this energy, things are moving forward, but so slowly to the point where it doesn't feel like they're moving forward at all. And again, yes, this is recent past energy, but I feel like that's still kind of what you're dealing with in your current energy. Now, with the Nine of Swords, that's brought on a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. Am I ever going to get there? Am I going to be okay financially? Am I ever going to have what it is that I need or desire? You know, because of how almost long things are taking, maybe, or not necessarily even how long they're taking, but maybe even it feels as if you're going backwards. It might even feel as if because of the situation that you were dealing with, it actually puts you further behind where you're trying to go. But I actually don't think that that's the case. I feel like no matter what you were dealing with in your recent past, no matter what it looked like, what it seemed like, you were moving forward in the direction towards what it is that you desired. It just feels either like you're moving backwards or you're not moving at all because, you know, it's kind of like if you focus on something every single day, it's going to be really hard to see the progress. But if you look at the progress from like a bigger picture perspective, you'd be able to see how there is progress. Like when you're watching a, you know, if you have your friend or your family member has a child, right? You don't see that child for a while. 6 months goes by and you're like, oh my gosh, this child's huge. The parent's like, really? You know, because when you're paying attention to it every day, when you're living it, when you're experiencing it, it doesn't really ever feel like you're getting anywhere. But I do feel as if you are getting somewhere. It just, it doesn't feel like you are because of how, because in which the way that things are moving, whether that is like, it feels like you're going backwards or I think you're moving so slowly in the direction towards where you're going. Like, for instance, maybe you're looking for, you know, to be in a relationship with the perfect person for you, and you had a relationship just fall apart. To you, it might feel as if you're further behind from that goal of wanting to be in a relationship with the perfect person for you, but the universe might be saying that person wasn't meant for you. That relationship falling apart actually gets you closer to your goal. I'm not saying that's exactly what I see or exactly what's happening, just an example. All right, recent past for Capricorn, please. Recent past for Capricorn, please. Okay, this is an interesting message. I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to elaborate on it. You're wanting, because you have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles in reverse, 4 of Pentacles kind of as underlying. You're wanting this 10 of Cups, this happiness, this fulfillment, this, you know, the 10 of Cups to me is waking up every day excited about your life. Like emotional fulfillment, whether that's in your relationships, in your career, like no matter what the case is. You're wanting this 10 of Cups. You're wanting this fulfillment, to be happy and grateful in every area of your life. However, you've been prioritizing a false sense of security. Okay? Let me elaborate on that. So many of us, as human beings, naturally, trade our dreams for comfort. We say, I need this 9-to-5 job that I don't love because this is the only way that I'm going to be stable. Or I need to stay in this relationship with this person that doesn't treat me all that well or that I'm not really happy in because if not, then I'd have no one. We have a tendency so much to settle in our life because we think that if we don't settle, we're never going to have what it is that we desire. So there's a part of us that says, well, I'm going to take what I can get, and, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to take what I can get. And I feel as if part of the reason that things are moving at the pace that they're moving now, progress and creating the life of your dreams does not happen overnight. It will never happen overnight. It is not about the people who wake up the next day winning the lottery or with everything that they want in life. It's about the people who consistently commit day in and day out to the life of their dreams, regardless of everything that's going to be against you on that path. So I'm not saying that things are just like, if you make this one change, then things are just going to magically change overnight. But what I am saying is that more of your energy needs to go towards the life that you're trying to create and less towards the life that you're not that happy with. Because giving your energy toward the things that don't really fulfill you but provide you with comfort is choosing to settle. One of the hardest things that we have to learn on this journey. Whatever it is that you are not changing, you are choosing. Now you might be like, well, here's a million different reasons why I can't make this change, or here's a million different reasons why I can't prioritize what it is that I want. There's always going to be reasons, but I feel like that's why you have trust the universe when it comes to creating the life that you're desiring, because, and this is all your recent past. So maybe you're like, I've made these changes, we're good, but if you haven't, or depending on when you're seeing this reading, I do feel as if this is a message of needing to give more energy to the life that you want to live and less energy to the life that you don't. Recent past for Capricorn. Recent past for Capricorn, please. Because if you think about it, whatever you give energy to, you're going to attract more of into your life. If you're giving even 50% of your energy to the life that you don't love and 50% of your energy to the life that you do or want to create, then you're going to be attracting 50% of the life you want to create and still attracting 50% of the life that you don't want to. Just something to add on there. Okay, recent past for Capricorn, please. Ooh, 9 of Swords. All right. You've been listening, and it's specifically in your recent past. I just feel like this 9 of Swords is all I need for this message. You've been listening a lot to the voices in or outside of your head. You've been listening a lot to what could go wrong if you make a change, or if you keep pursuing a path, or again, however this resonates for you. And when you listen to what could go wrong, which most people do. Most people live in fear. It's why most people aren't living the life of their dreams, and most people are living kind of a life that they've settled for, is because most people are listening to the part of them that says, what if it all goes wrong? And the universe is asking you to flip it in your head and start asking yourself, what if it all works out? If it were impossible for you to fail, if you knew the universe came down and said to you, you can do anything you want, it is impossible for you to fail as long as you never quit trying, what would you do? Because that is absolutely the truth. Failure is inevitable, so you're going to fail on the journey to success, but it doesn't mean failure is never a destination. So I feel like that's kind of where the mindset shift is in this reading, is learning to kind of embrace uncertainty and make decisions that align with trusting the universe and not with allowing your fear to dictate your movements, choices, and decisions. Now, take it from somebody who is diagnosed with a generalized anxiety disorder. That's not an easy thing to do. Especially like for me, I'm always constantly mulling over everything that could possibly go wrong. We're getting better, but I know how not easy that is. But I've also learned that, first of all, there are always going to be things that could go wrong. But there are also just as many things that could go right. And what we choose to give our energy to is going to be the life that we create. So keep that in mind. Now, when I say give energy to, I mean act on, right? If you act based on what could go wrong, you're going to play it safe. If you act based on what could go right, you're going to take healthy risk, knowing that the universe is supporting you on the path to your dreams, and that's where you start to create the life that you're truly deserving of. Current energy for Capricorn. Embrace uncertainty with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. What does Capricorn need to know regarding their current energy? Current energy for Capricorn. Right now, now it's the holidays. It's busy season, but you've been very busy. You've been moving very quickly. There's a lot that you've been giving your energy to. I feel like your energy is very scattered. This message feels as if there is a need for you to rein that in a little bit, to get recentered, get regrounded, and get kind of in stillness and in silence so that you can hear yourself and the universe a little bit more. When we're struggling with either living a life that we're not happy with or pursuing a life that we're happy with, but fearing, dealing with, oh no, an ornament just fell off my tree, but dealing with a lot of fear and anxiety and association, and not handling that or facing that, it's going to come out in so many different ways. We can distract ourselves in so many different ways. We can do it in, binge watching TV, overeating, staying busy with work, just doing whatever it takes to distract our mind. Your mind currently right now is being called to more stillness and more peace. And I feel like that would help you immensely in getting you a little bit more clear on where you're at and where you're headed. Because I feel like right now there's some fear and some anxiety and some stress about, what's going to happen, what's not going to happen, where you're at now, where you want to be. And instead of dealing with that, and trust me, I understand this, but instead of dealing with it, sitting with it, working through it, navigating it, you're trying to stay busy through it, which is only going to make it worse in the end, because then it's going to be more and more powerful, because the more that we ignore it, the more power we give it. And I feel like right now is a time to bring yourself, like I said, back to center so that you can hear yourself in a way. Current energy for Capricorn, please. And it doesn't take much. Sitting in stillness 10 minutes a day can change your life. I say that because it changed mine. All right, current energy for Capricorn, please. Current energy for Capricorn, please. And that looks like, meditating, sitting outside in nature, depending on where you live right now. It can look like journaling, literally just sitting there staring at a wall, allowing your brain to process things. Like sitting in stillness can come in many, many different forms. So you have the Hermit in reverse with the Seven of Pentacles. Ooh, there's the Ace of Pentacles. Ha! Ace of Pentacles in reverse with the Knight of Wands. So this is same Ace of Pentacles. It's just in reverse, which means it hasn't yet been able to manifest, which I kind of felt through this. Because going back to like this knowledge, whatever you're going with, like teaching you what it is you need to know, I feel like, sometimes we have to learn what it is we don't want, or we have to learn that we're not happy with settling, or that making certain decisions don't benefit us, in order to make better decisions. That's why there's, mistakes are necessary. They're not just okay, but they're necessary. We have to make mistakes in order to learn and grow. If you never made mistakes, you'd never know now what you do because of what you've been through. So I feel like whatever you were going through in the past, it kind of got you to this point of being like, okay, I know I want more. I know I'm unhappy with where I'm at. And I feel like you're now in that energy of knowing that, but now it's about doing something about it. Because the Hermit in reverse, again, is kind of this energy of withdrawing a little bit, like especially in in relation to the Seven of Pentacles, like definitely going through the motions kind of energy. Like you're investing in certain things, but there's not really much intention or passion behind it. It's just kind of like putting a little energy here, putting a little energy here, doing the things I have to do to get paid or to stay in this relationship or whatever the case is. But you deserve more. You want more. And so now the universe is calling you to take a risk. It's calling you to take a leap of faith. And I feel like either you know what that leap of faith is, or you're going to soon discover what that leap of faith is. Because this energy, this is, going through the motions, lacking kind of intention and passion in your day-to-day. No shame. There's nothing wrong with it. You're a human. But you want that fulfilling life, right? You want that 10 of Cups. And in order to create that 10 of Cups, here's kind of what's necessary to do that. So I feel like this is about getting very real with yourself on the life that it is that you want, and starting to align your actions and your intentions with that life, regardless of the fear associated with what could go wrong. Now, that's not an easy thing to do, but that is definitely what is coming through. All right, current energy for Capricorn. Or maybe you've taken the leap of faith and things have moved forward, and now it's time to take another leap of faith. Now you're being called to another leap of faith in your life. I've learned that life really is just a series of leaps of faith. Current energy for Capricorn, please. Current energy for Capricorn, please. I want it to turn all the way over, hit the table, like that. Huh. Star with the Nine of Cups universe. I want to clarify this really quick because I feel like I could take this message two ways. One feels a little bit more specific, so I just want to see what Star with the Nine of Cups universe. Clarifying the star. Oh, that's actually a third completely different meaning. Okay. So, not gonna lie, Capricorn, you have some negative expectations when it comes to your future, or when it comes to like every other time I've taken it, like this is the mindset. Every other time I've taken a leap of faith, it's only ended in failure. Every other time I've gotten to a relationship, it's ended in heartbreak. Or I feel like you have certain negative expectations of your future. Now that makes plenty of sense. We start to acquire expectations based on what it is that we've experienced. If you've experienced things going wrong, if you've experienced taking leaps of faith and it not panning out, if you've experienced things ending up in a negative way and you haven't fully healed from those experiences, you're gonna expect them in the future. And that is why the healing journey and the manifestation journey go hand in hand. Because if you expect things to go wrong and you give your energy towards those expectations of things going wrong, well then you're either going to play it safe or attract things going wrong. Now, there's either that or, you're going to heal from those experiences, start to understand why they happened, and shift your beliefs in a certain way. But right now, there's this part of you, and I'm not blaming you, I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong, but bringing it into awareness so that you can process it however you might need, that expects the bad. You expect the bad. Now, you've probably experienced the bad. That's why you expected the bad. So I'm not trying to say, shame on you, Capricorn. I'm trying to say, bring that into your awareness. Because the more that we hold ourselves to our past and to what has happened to us, and we allow ourselves to take our experience as ultimate truth and say, this is how this situation or these situations played out, so this is the truth of the situation. Meaning, I was in 2 different relationships. They both ended in heartbreak, or they both cheated on me. That means everybody cheats. All relationships end in heartbreak, right? When we take our experience and we apply a universal truth to it, we hold ourselves in that experience and we keep ourselves from being able to experience anything else, because Your mind, your ego, it wants to be right. So if it feels or believes a certain way, it's going to, act on that belief. So there is a need to understand that things that have gone wrong in your life, quote unquote, weren't going wrong to keep you from what it is that you desired. When things don't work out, there is redirection or a lesson or an awakening that is happening through that experience, or needs to happen through that experience, to elevate our life, to get us closer to what it is that we desire. So many of us think that when things haven't turned out like we wanted them to, that means that we're not going to get what we want. But sometimes our expectations don't really align with what the universe has in store for us. And so we have to open our perspective a little bit to that. So that's kind of why I feel like you've kept yourself from embracing uncertainty, played it safe, or have allowed kind of your anxiety or your fears about the future to control you, is because you've experienced certain things that, of course, are going to make you afraid of what could go wrong. But healing and understanding, our past is the key to unlocking our future. All right. What if it all works out? That's where I feel like you're needing to shift your perspective a little bit. Trust me, I know it's hard. Immediate future for Capricorn, clarifying beginnings with the Two of Pentacles. What does Capricorn need to know regarding their immediate future? What does Capricorn need to know regarding their immediate future? Literally. Everything that's been lost, every painful experience you've been through. So 10 of Swords in reverse, 3 of Cups in reverse, 3 of Cups in reverse, and then the 2 of Wands with the Devil in reverse. Everything you've lost, every painful experience you've been through, everything that hasn't worked out. The purpose behind those experiences in your life were not to prove to you that you weren't meant to be happy, or you weren't meant to be, successful, or that it wasn't for you. All of those experiences are still trying to, in your life, set you up for aligning, 2 of Wands, with the life that you're ultimately desiring. So I encourage you not to look at your past as proof of what is possible in your future, but to look at your past and say, how is this happening for me? Now, I'm not sitting there saying you need to be grateful for every negative thing that happens to you. That's toxic positivity. That's not going to help you. Look at your past, feel how you need to feel, experience everything in association with that. But then on this, kind of higher level perspective, say, how, if everything happens for me, not to me, how did that experience happen? What can I learn? How can I grow? What was that trying to teach me so that I can have what it is that I desire and want? Not what was that trying to teach me so that I can't, but what was that trying to teach me so that I can have the life that I dream of? Because that is ultimately what this is saying, is everything that has happened has set you up for the future that you desire. It's up to you to choose to see it in that way. And that's something that I've always said. When we go through challenging times in life, those periods of our life, they give us a choice. We can either allow them to define us, look at them as proof, like I kind of mentioned, of what isn't possible and how you can't be happy. Or I can choose to take those experiences and we can say, how can I use this to my advantage? How can I use this to create the life that I'm ultimately deserving of? Because that right there is how you create the life you're ultimately deserving of, is when you look at things that go wrong as, this is trying to teach me something to get me there, instead of this is trying to show me that I can't, or that I'm not good enough, or that I'm not capable, or whatever the case is. Immediate future for Capricorn, please. Immediate future for Capricorn, please. One more. This is for Capricorns. Immediate future. your perspective currently, okay, you're more afraid of loss than you are open to gaining. You're more afraid of what you could lose, what could go wrong. We already kind of talked about this, but than what it is that you could acquire. Now, if there is anything that I've learned, I'm actually going to take this. If there is anything that I have learned in my life on this journey, it is that our perspective, your perspective, is everything. Your perspective on your past, your perspective on your present, and your perspective on your future. That is the life that you live. If you look at your past as, I'm a victim in every situation and things always happen to me and I'm always at war with the world. I can never trust anyone. Like if you look at your past through that lens, you're going to continue to live that life. There's no doubt about it. There's absolutely nothing that can change if your perspective doesn't change. But if we can look at our past and say, again, yes, that sucked. Yes, I was a victim. Yes, that hurt. Yes, I never deserved to be placed in that situation. But what can I learn? What can I learn so that I can move my life towards what could go right? Not how does this prove that I'm always going to lose? Because the more, seriously, it seems like such a small thing. But that perspective, if you break down the law of attraction, your thoughts become your beliefs, become your actions, become your reality. What you give energy to, what you think about over and over again, what you believe, that's going to be how you act. And how you act is going to be what you create. You're the only person in your way. We all are. But we have to be willing to see that first to then be able to experience the flip side of that, which is you're the only person who can create the life of your dreams. Not only are you the only person, but you have that power. But you got to stop questioning that power in order to experience it. All right, immediate future for Capricorn, please. Immediate future for Capricorn, please. Okay. First of all, the universe is asking you, stop questioning it. Stop questioning whether or not you can have the life that you desire. Because the answer is yes. It is and always will be yes. Now, you're going to come up with a million reasons why you can't. And those right there are the reasons that you haven't been living the life that you desire. There's a cycle that needs to close in your life. And it is the cycle of allowing your emotions, what you feel about a situation. Now, I'm not talking about intuitive feeling. I'm talking about emotional feeling. What you feel to dictate your movement, choices, and decisions. So I feel afraid, I'm going to play it safe. I feel alone or I feel lonely, I'm going to settle for a relationship that doesn't really serve me. I feel like I don't have what it is that I need, I'm going to settle for a job that I don't love. I just feel like the overall theme of the reading, it is trust the universe, but like to break that down to even kind of a deeper level is starting to look at your life from this place of, I am a powerful being. I'm a powerful being. I'm supported by the universe. What can I do with that? What can I create? What places could I go to? If somebody else can do it, that means I can. If somebody else can have the life that I'm deserving of, that means I can. And then start figuring out what you need to do to create that life instead of how you need to play it safe or looking, like I said, at your past as like proof of the fact that you need to play it safe. Because your past was merely knowledge setting you up for what's possible. Your past was merely providing you with knowledge, setting you up for what's possible. So there's a cycle that needs to complete. And I feel like once you can kind of break out of that cycle, because you're the only one that can break out of that cycle, things can start to change for you. So I'm going to hop on over to the extended kind of a long reading already, but the extended is where I focus more on the spiritual coaching aspect of this. So like, okay, now you know bigger picture what you need to do. How do I do that? That's what we're going to dive into in the extended. Thank you so much, Capricorn, as always, for your support of my channel. I do hope, obviously, that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Capricorn, I wish you absolutely nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Capricorn.